Hi, everyone. This is Tevis, and welcome to a really special series on Game Changer Chats. As you guys know, I started this series because I'm really curious about people who shape life on their own terms. And today, I've been fortunate enough to get invited in to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, which is a whole world of fighting I didn't know existed. It honors the origins of fighting from London, which was no equipment, no nothing, just two smart and determined human beings going at it. I'm here with David Feldman, who is the founder of the entire thing, and I'm really thrilled to talk to him. So thanks so much for being here, Dave.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really grateful. So I want to start the way I always start. What did you love doing as a little one?
I kind of always liked doing things that everybody said I couldn't do, and that includes being bad, obviously.
Yeah,
Don't do that, and I did it.
Of course.
And, trying to launch and start new things that everybody said that I couldn't do, and I beat a lot of obstacles. I had a really tough upbringing as a child with my mother, my father. A lot of different things happened in my life, and I had to overcome a lot of obstacles. And so, I'm used to having obstacles and things thrown at me, and I just found a way to overcome them. And that's kind of why I chose to really go against the whole entire combat sports universe and launch a sport that no one else really saw could happen or wanted. And now it's coming, and it's growing exponentially, and we have a lot of support behind it, and also a lot of people that don't want to see us succeed. So that's my fire.
So your whole life has been about how do I beat the odds,
Yep.
right? How do I beat the odds? And what I think is beautiful is that a lot of us don't have ideal parents. Like I certainly didn't. And some of us let that be what holds us back, right? But it sounds like you've really allowed yourself and your propensity to question authority to move you forward, right? So when people say no to you, you're like
100%. It's like it's crazy because some big no's have come my way, and I just go okay. And some people on my team are like, oh, what's going to happen? What are we going to do? And I go, look, we're going to find a way, and we're going to make it happen. And to this point, we've always made it happen. We've had some really, really big conversations lately. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I've had some really, really big conversations lately about really growing this sport into a global sports phenomenon right now. And yeah, I mean, everybody has their story. That's what I tell people. Like, you can't judge that person, this person, that person, because you don't know what their story was, right?
Yeah.
Like you think they had a great upbringing. You don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And, I had a rough life, and it's okay. I'm so blessed that everything that was thrown my way, because that turned me into who I am now and how diligent I work. And really, I'm doing this because I want to be the best parent that I can possibly be to my children and show them to be the best parent they can be to their children.
Yeah. I've heard that over and over again with the folks, your fighters I've spoken to, that real desire to be a role model, right? And to contribute. And I'm just curious because obviously there's a ton of fighting organizations out there, a ton of sports organizations out there. What about Bare Knuckle really speaks to your heart? Because I have a feeling you don't put yourself behind anything that you don't really believe in.
100%. I mean, look, I was a former professional boxer. My dad trained 7 world champions. My brother fought professionally. It was like it was a family thing that kind of you had to do. And I didn't really want to do it, but I kind of had to do it. And then I started really loving it. And it was just one of those things. One day I met a guy, and he was telling me about bare knuckle fighters with gypsies and how they did this thing.
With gypsies?
Yeah,
wait.
Gypsy travelers.
I want to hear it.
I'm going to tell you.
Fascinated.
One of my fighters, his name is Bobby Gunn. He's a traveler. He's a traveler from Canada, Scotland, England, like all in those areas. And he told me how these families would schedule these fights among one family member and another family member, and they would bet money on it, solve family dispute at the same time, and the winner would take the money, and the family dispute would dissolve, and then it would start up again to another family dispute. It's just the way that that they did their thing. And I dug into it a little bit, and I was like, oh my God, if I can actually organize this, the whole world will watch. So back in 2011, I launched. I did one event. It did unbelievable. I did over 5,500 people in attendance, and I streamed it on this one streaming platform that I had 700,000 people log in, and the paywall crashed. So I wasn't able to get paid. But I was actually, like most people, again, would have been like, oh my God, this sucks. I was like, no, this is unbelievable. Look how many people wanted to watch this. So I went on for the next 7 years and lobbied 28 different states, and they all said no to me. And then finally, March of 2018, one of them came back and said, yeah, let's do this. And we launched. June 2nd, 2018, trending #1 on Twitter. Every combat sports media publication in the world was talking about us, and we just evolved from there. And here we are right now doing our 20th event, BKFC 19, but it's our 20th event. Superstars on the card. Everybody in the world's talking about this event, and now we're able to partner up and do this virtual world. You know, it's what I said in an interview I did earlier, and I'll say it again: evolve or die. Like, I don't know anything about virtual reality or anything like that, or but NFTs. In the other room. These guys that came to me are like, "Do you want to make this kind of money? Well, let's do this." And I'm like, "Now you're speaking my language." Yeah. So I'm evolving. And
okay. So I want to tell you honestly, I hate the superhero thing, right? Where people have a camera and a mic and everything's so easy because I'm just really, really, really determined, right? Okay, fine. What do you do to get through the moments where you do get frustrated? Like, how do you get through it? Do you go running? Do you take time by yourself? Do you play with your, like, what plugs you back in? Because all of us get unplugged sometimes.
In all honesty, you know, very transparently, and this is the first person I said it to, I just broke shit. Like, I broke shit a lot, you know? I got very angry and broke shit, and then I learned how to deal with that. And how I dealt with it was thinking about the positives and everything, taking a walk, really just leaving the house, taking a walk around the block, thinking about all the struggles that I had and where I was and where I really want to go. And while I'm thinking about that inside my head, it just calms me down immediately. And I just learned to really deal with that. I mean, like I said, I had a lot of traumatic experiences as a child, and I don't think I ever talked about them. So by not talking about them, it translated into me not knowing how to deal with problems when they came to me the right way. So I was dealt with anger as a child, so I dealt with anger back. And being able to manage that is actually like the biggest accomplishment I've ever done in my life. Like, that's the most important thing I've ever done, is now I can talk to people the right way, I can deal with people the right way, and I can deal with the obstacles in my life.
Do you know what I love about what you do? Because I think this is really the hallmark of people who are the game changers on our planet, is they reach back into their life and they remind themselves, like they actually nourish, right, themselves on all the ways they've broken through, and especially in a moment of doubt, because it's so easy to move into the victim thinking, or, oh, you know, God doesn't love me, or I never get what I want, you know, all that crap we all do. But I really feel like when we look back and we go, well, I got through this, I got through that, I learned this, I learned that. And that's what you do. And I think it's really, really, really awesome.
100%. Look, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I played the why me game once in a while, you know, why me? But then I learned to, like, not why me. I'm so glad it was me, because that helped me evolve into who I want to be. You know, I think the people that don't have obstacles and struggles in life, they can go on and have a great life, but they don't really know what life's really, really about, because they didn't have to overcome anything. They just were handed stuff and they had a great life, and hats off to them. Maybe I wish I was one of them. But I love everything that happened. I dealt with all the adversity in life. I dealt with all the adversity trying to build this combat sport. And now here we are today, being talked about as the most talked about and fastest growing combat sport in the world. After everything that's happened in life for me, it's like, and people say, you know, I just got offered, Nelson was with me. Nelson's my right-hand man. I just got offered $50 million to get out of my business yesterday. And I said, it's not about, it's the passion. It's not about the money. I didn't get it to where I want to grow it yet.
Said that,
it's not where I wanted to grow it. So in other words, like, imagine having a child, right? And you want to set your child off into the world at one time or another. My child's not ready to go to college yet. Like, my child, I'm still grooming him.
You're so
and then when I'm ready to let him go, even if the offer's less than, it's okay. I know when I'm ready to let go, and I'm not ready to let go because I put too much time, effort, and struggle into this thing to get it where it is. So all these things like the virtual reality world and the NFTs and all the new things that are coming about. It's just amazing to be involved in this.
You're still having fun too. Like why would you cash out of something you're still truly enjoying, right?
It's like I wear my heart on my sleeve. I love this, like to the point that I almost got in a fist fight at the last fight because someone was talking bad about the sport. And I'm like, almost like you're talking bad about my kid. Like, yo, what's up, man? You know what I mean? So when that happened, it's like I truly love it, and I think that and it's true when they say, if you truly love something, you don't ever have to work a day in your life. I put a lot of work into this, so I don't believe that, but I believe that it's a different type of work because I love it. Like I just love molding it and grooming it and growing it. I
heard someone who has said a lot of cool things said this phrase to me once: effortless effort. Right, that you're totally exerting and putting the effort in, but there's something about it that's just so organic, like it just flows out of you, that even if it's hard, long, not a lot of sleep, like constant, it somehow just, you're on the river of it almost. Yeah,
you just find a way to make it happen. You find a way to do it. Effortless effort, like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. Like sometimes it's 8 o'clock at night and I'm like, wow, I thought it was like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It's 8 o'clock at night because we put all that work in. It was effortless to put that effort in. Now, if you have to go to a job and do something you don't want to do, you're looking at the clock. Oh, it's 2 o'clock. I thought it was 7.
Yeah.
With me, it's different. It's 7 o'clock and I thought it was 2 because I love working on this and molding this every day. And I really assembled an unbelievable team, like a team right now, the core team that would like live and die with this thing. And for me, they take a bullet for me, half of the guys on my team. And that's why it's not the money. It's when it gets to a point that we all can say goodbye and enjoy the rest of our life. That's when the exit will come.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. You're really inspiring.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely.